I'm going to ask you about Wakanda One, Ambassador Arikana, because I know that that's something that's very dear to your heart, as if your heart has compartments and one thing is more dear than the other. But I know you've been working on this vision for quite some time.
Right. Wakanda One City of Return, it's people are not aware that no amount of money put into Africa can give us the desired Africa that we want. Look at healthcare. Today, Africa needs about 1.3 million doctors. If all the continental African doctors in the diaspora, all the African American doctors in the diaspora were to go home to Africa today, we're only going to meet about 30% of the need. What Africa needs, because of the brain drain out of Africa, the brain drain that started with the children of Africa coming out of Africa over 400 years ago as slaves, followed by those who left in search of greener pastures. That brain drain has left Africa without the capacity that Africa needs for us to build the Africa that we want. The same shortage in healthcare. There are more Ghanaian doctors in New York City than in the entire country of Ghana. President Nana Addo thought,
really?
Absolutely. He thought by building more hospitals, by renovating old ones, that's how he would improve healthcare. Well, guess what he found out? Half of those wards were sitting empty, not because there were no patients, but because there were no doctors. There are more Nigerian doctors in Los Angeles than in the entire country of Nigeria. And yet we, the diaspora doctors, we sit back and say, I went home and my mother couldn't have access to a good doctor, couldn't have access to a good hospital. Duh, because you're in New York City and you're in Los Angeles. Wake up and smell the coffee. The same is true in education. The educators are outside Africa. The engineers are outside Africa. What Africa needs is capacity building. Wakanda One City of Return is going to be pillared on an educational center of excellence and a healthcare center of excellence to do nothing but train the capacity that Africa needs, so we no longer have to depend on the Chinese coming in with their expertise, the Europeans, the Middle Easterners, the Indians. The reason the heads of states are going to these outsiders is because the capacity that we need is not in Africa. Today, as we speak, there isn't a single African country that has the capacity to build an airport. There isn't a single African country that has the capacity to build a railway line. United, however, we have an abundance of capacity to do that. It all goes back again to that unity of purpose. Diaspora. One president asked me, what problems do you, diaspora, have in coming together, pulling your finances together so you can build the next airport? Pulling your finances together so you can buy that gold mine. Pulling your finances together so you can invest in Africa, go back home to the United States, go back home to Europe, play golf like they do while your money is working for you in Africa. It's simple math. But I cannot tell you, Sister Gina, the number of people, African Americans. But we African Americans are different. Huh. How are you different, my brother? We are different. How are you different? I've been on many programs, people call in, we're different. And my response is always, I'll take you, my brother, and I'll take you to Ghana with my husband. You walk down the streets of Accra, they see two black men, two Africans.
Yeah.
I'll take you and my husband, let's take you to the streets of New York City. They see two black men. When they shot that African man in New York City, Mamadou, whatever his name is, years ago, they did not shoot a Sierra Leonean.
Right.
They shot a black man. So why do you continue to be stupid and tell yourself we are different? Come on. But this is, too many people feel that way. Yeah. So because they are different, they don't think they need to go to Africa. Well, then you deserve what you get. Because what is in Africa belongs to you. Either you go and get it or they will get it for you. Gina, you know as much as I do. Before COVID, but even now, you get in the planes to go to Africa from anywhere. The majority of the people in those planes don't look like me and you.
No.
You get in the planes within Africa. The majority of the people in the intra-Africa flights don't look like you and I. Do you think these people are going to Africa because they love the Africans? Of course not. Because they're going there because there's something amazing going on in your Africa. They're going to take your inheritance while you're too busy being told, stay away from Africa. It is a diseased and dying continent. Hello. Information is all there.
Yeah, yeah. I know that you have an extensive group of advisory board members and people that you're affiliated with and that are part of ADDI. Are there any other, Yakota wants to know, are there any other African country leaders that are on board with ADDI?
ADDI is apolitical. We are about creating a strong private sector through collaborations with our brothers and sisters in the private sector in Africa. So yes, we were invited by the Kingdom of Asebu. The president of Ghana has reached out to the kingdom to say, because Cape Coast, some of you may not be aware, that 80% of the Africans who were taken out of West Africa as slaves, they were pulled into Ghana. They left from two main ports. Cape Coast, they call them castles, we call them dungeons. There was the Cape Coast dungeons and the Elmina dungeons. Those who were taken to North America, the US and Canada, they left out of Cape Coast dungeons. Those who were taken to the Caribbean and South America, they left out of the Elmina castle. Okay. President Nana Addo felt very strongly that this very same place that our ancestors last set foot on the African soil, there should be a city of return. So the children of Africa can come home and complete the journey. So the children of Africa can stand at the dungeons and look across the Atlantic and tell the slavers once and for all, while you may have won for 400 years, ultimately we are the victors, for we would have come back home to Ghana, to Cape Coast, where they last set foot on the African soil. So the Kingdom of Asebu, having heard about ADDI, they dispatched one of their chiefs to come to the United States, met with me and the ADDI team, and officially asked us to partner with them to realize the wishes of the president, which is the establishment of the Wakanda City of Return in Cape Coast, Ghana. Nice. It is a city that is fitting. We have had invitations to various countries. We were supposed to have gone to Zambia before COVID. Before COVID, we had 8 countries already lined up. But because of that, we had to just lay low for now. But now that COVID is beginning to look a little better, we are going to be cranking it up. And yes, we are going to go to just about as many African countries as we can. For now, we are having a regional approach. First is Ghana. The next one is going to be either in Zambia or Kenya, whichever one. We already have land in Zambia, but Kenya is coming in strong as well. We have a strong group of Kenyans. We have organized, they've identified a university setting with a hospital and a teaching hospital. We are looking for centers that are already building the capacity. We're looking to partner with them, increase the capacity, and begin to build the centers of excellence regionally and with due course nationally as well.
And the goal of the Wakanda One cities will be to establish a city where people live and thrive and work and have a strong economic base. But I imagine there will also be a tourism sector. Am I correct?
Oh, big time. In fact, phase 1 of the Wakanda City of Return, it's a welcome center. It's going to have a 500-bed hotel, 200 chalets, 1,000 homes. The 1,000 homes are going to be an extension from the 40 acres that are on the beach, a short mini shopping center. There's also going to be a museum. The museum is going to be a living museum that we hope that it will take people through a journey of a little girl who left home in Ivory Coast to fetch water, and she gets captured and she never comes home again. We will follow her journey through the forest. Some never made it to the dungeons. Some, they died, got sick, they got mauled by the lions. We're going to follow that little girl. And if she makes it, how she stayed in the dungeons, through the feces and the urines where they were packed like sardines, through the entry into the door of no return, the transatlantic journey, the raping, the abuse, the torture. We're going to show it all. We will take you through the journey of what our ancestors went through. But more importantly, we will show you how evil these people are and why reparations must be paid.
Ambassador.
If you enjoy this video, don't forget to share your comments below and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos coming up.